What's up everyone, this is a Pokemon Showdown video. I cannot really be bothered with the intro, because I'm actually kind of tired tonight. It's 10:15, I just decided to do a couple of random UU battles with a new team I made. So, let's get this started. I send out Electivire, he sends out Sableye, he burns me and then he taunts me, so that kind of is my Electivire ruined. I send out my Arcanine, and he recovers. He goes for Rain Dance, I go for Flare Blitz, which burns him. So how'd you like them apples, Sableye? I send back in Electivire. I really don't know why I did that, because I can't exactly kill it, so I just switch again, go into my Zelf. He recovers, gets hurt by the burn, so I switch again. The Intimidate lowers his attack again, so he's hurt by the burn again. He recovers, I go for Flare Blitz. It's doing a little bit more each time, so he's nearly defeated now, and this Flare Blitz is going to be enough to take the Sableye out. Hallelujah, it's finally dead. So he sends an edgy, the Kabutops, and so I just go back into my Electivire, just to take the waterfall. Didn't need him. So in comes my Nidorino. I take that waterfall, and get the drill run off, and I've taken out the Kabutops with a Nidorino. So he sends in his Heliolisk, I go for Sucker Punch. Darn my predictions. I go for Sucker Punch again. It does a lot of damage to the Heliolisk. Dry Skin recovers his health, and this is where things get interesting. I send in my Porygon Z, get the agility off, and the sweep is now real. I go for the Last Resort, it does a lot. He waterfalls me, thanks to my Sash, I take it. And I finish it with Last Resort. That is the Swampert down. So he sends in his Ludicolo, Last Resort takes it out too. He sends in his Heliolisk, Last Resort takes it down too. And then he sends in his Tornadus, and what do you know? Last Resort takes it down too. Yeah! That was a very fun battle, and I got to see Porygon Z's full potential as a physical sweeper. Next battle! So this was a random battle against this here overpowered trainer with a really good team. So he started off with Drapion, I started Arcanine, obviously. So he gets some lefties health, switches in his Jellicent. So I go for Flare Blitz, and that does a huge amount of damage because of the crit choice band. And the next Flare Blitz is somehow able to take it out. So I am kind of disabled at the moment, so I cannot do anything but struggle, and struggle does heaps to Registeel before I die. Sad face. So I sent in Nidorino to clear those toxic spikes. He Thunder Waves me, which doesn't make too much of a difference because Nidorino doesn't really have that much speed. So I start setting up Hone Claws, he starts setting up Curse. This turn I go for the Drill Run, does loads to Registeel. He goes for Iron Head. I go for Drill Run again. It nearly takes it out. I was so happy. Then I use Sucker Punch and it rests with a Chesto Berry. So at this point in the game I was like, oh no, Registeel's getting so many setups. What did I do? And then I get Power Haxed. He sets up another Curse. I go for Drill Run. It doesn't do as much as I wanted it to. And he finishes Nidorino with an Iron Head. So I sent in a Zelf for no reason. I Fire Punch it, at least I get the burn, but it did nothing, and my Zelf is now crippled too. I go for another Fire Punch, doesn't do a lot. Iron Head somehow does not take down my Zelf. I go for another Fire Punch, and then he rests. Again. So I took advantage of it being asleep and sent it my cursed Pokemon. So I just started setting up as with my Mega Aggron, battle of the set up steel types, so except mine's a lot stronger than his, obviously, but... And I keep getting the curses. He wakes up and goes for Thunder Wave. Kind of pointless because Aggron has no speed. So I get free setup into the Explode. It goes for Flamethrower. It does just under half, and I get Power Hacks. Goes for Flamethrower again, nearly takes it out, but I get the Iron Head and smash Explode. So he sends in Flagon, and an Earthquake's going to be enough to take Aggron out. Sad face. So I go into my crippled Zelf, and go boom! It does nothing to Registeel. So I have my Electivire to Fire Punch. It does a lot to it. So he goes for Iron Head for I don't know why he did that. And I finished the Red Stilt with a Fire Punch. So things aren't going too well. He has 3 full health pokes, and I'm doing horrible. The Diancie comes in with the weakness policy, and a Diamond Storm is enough to take Electivire out. I have my Porygon Z left, and that is it. I tried to set up Agility. Moonblast just does too much. I tried to Last Resort, but it doesn't do enough, so Porygon C did not get the sweep this time. He kind of wrecked me with this team. It's really good, because he is legendary, he's cheating! And, well, now on to the last battle. This is the last battle that I only just about won. So I start with an Earthquake that nearly takes the Entei out. He goes for Sacred Fire, kills my Electivire, and takes himself out. So eye for an eye there. I sent in my Zelf, and he sent in Conkeldurr, so this was a good matchup. I somehow don't take out of his Zen Headbutt. He knocks off my Sash, even though I just used it. And since I'm stupid, I forgot the thing got Mach Punch, so I stayed into that. I had my Intimidate Arcanine, but unfortunately I was going for Extreme Speed expecting a Mach Punch, so I had to switch. I sent in my Porygon Z, because I was just thinking, Porygon Z's better! The Tri-Attack does just way too much to my Porygon Z, and since he paralyzed it, yeah, rip Porygon Z. I send in Arcanine, get close combat off, and whoop the Porygon too. That's it, dead. He for some reason sends in Conkeldurr. I don't know why. Maybe he thought I was going to switch. So that's... Arcanine's doing really well here. So I switch, go into my Aggron, just attack any hit attack that's coming my way. He switches and goes into his Polion, predicting the Mega Aggron Ironhead. And, well, it does nothing. And then lucky him, he gets the burn. I set up some Stealthies just to deal with that B-Drill that's in his team. So he scolds me, and that's gonna take my Aggron out. I sent an Arcanine to get his 3rd kill, so I was predicting a switch, but luckily for me, Flare Blitz crits, and that has saved me. So the Gardevoir comes in here. He goes for Psychic, that nearly takes me out. I go for Flare Blitz and take myself out again. That's the 2nd time someone's done that. So it's down to Nidorino and B-Drill. It's battle of them two. I go for Sucker Punch. He just lives it. Goes for Drill Run. I take that. He's now spamming Protect because I'm using Sucker Punch. This is a little bit stally. And Sucker Punch fails again. But this time it succeeds. And I've taken him out. That was very fun. Okay, that'll be all for this video. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Peace out, everyone.